To be involved in a this kind of events has a lot of rumors, and you already know that everybody or many people saying that I don't know if the left one, the right one, or both, but somebody says that you have some kind of problem in any one of your shoulders. Can you just clarify what is your position about those rumors?
Yeah, my shoulder messed up, everyone. So don't tell Canelo. It may be.
And you get these things coming into fight weeks, and he needs to be at 100%. If it's a serious injury, he's going to struggle in this fight. Because he's going to need all his wherewithal against Canelo, who's a much smarter fighter than people widely give him credit for. You speak to all those who've been in the ring with him, and they all say how clever he is. Suddenly he's in range, suddenly he's out of range, that his footwork is much more deft and subtle than he's given credit for. I hope he's fit.
Unbelievable! Crawford gets shoulder injury just days before facing Canelo. This confession exposes real weakness. Crawford knows a damaged shoulder against Canelo's power is a nightmare. By hiding it, he admits fear, and that only boosts Canelo's confidence heading into fight night.
It may be the right, maybe the left, but it's both of them. I'm having problems with my shoulders. Shh, keep that under wraps.
Now reporters turn to Canelo, gauging his reaction to Crawford's physical condition. Looking muscular is one thing, but carrying an injury is another story. Crawford may appear strong in photos, yet the truth remains. His shoulder problem is the talking point. Against a fighter like Canelo, any weakness turns from minor issue into a fight-ending liability.
Canelo, what did you think about the picture of Crawford? And he's looking pretty muscular. What do you think about that?
I think it's good because we see he prepared himself really well, and you expect a really good fight. So
now Bomac's reaction adds weight, confirming how serious the injury really looks. When even Bomac admits the shoulder is a lot, it removes any doubt. This isn't a minor strain. Trainers rarely exaggerate injuries, and if Crawford's camp confirms it, the implications are massive. Against Canelo, 100% health is the minimum requirement.
Hi again, Coach. They say that Crawford got injured, and then is that true? What people say is that 100%. He's ready for the fight for this Saturday.
Turki Al-Sheikh then weighs in, reminding everyone the fight goes on no matter what. Turki Al-Sheikh's comments highlight boxing's reality. Injured or not, the show must go on. A damaged shoulder won't cancel a mega event of this magnitude, but that's precisely where the danger lies. Crawford enters compromised, while Canelo sees opportunity to exploit it.
It's been good. And this is the biggest fight in the last 10 years.
What do you make of Terence Crawford's shape? He posted that photo with the six-pack. How do you think he's handling the weight?
This is the fight, the biggest fight for them, and they will be ready 100%.
From a fighter's perspective, Boots Ennis is spot on. At elite level, margins are razor thin. One small weakness becomes decisive. Crawford's shoulder injury strips him of timing, power, and defense. Against Canelo, who thrives on pressure, that's a recipe for disaster.
I ain't gonna lie, I really don't care. I ain't gonna lie, I went out there not only to help, but I went out there for myself, basically,
But despite the injury talk, Crawford himself fires back, claiming he's fine and even promising a knockout. Crawford's bravado feels more like defiance than confidence. Claiming he'll knock out Canelo easily rings hollow when his shoulder is already under scrutiny. Analysts see through it. Fighters often mask pain with bold words, but injuries don't disappear under bright lights.
I'm gonna make all those doubters at the end of the day, at the end of the fight, they all gonna cry when they get home. And I meant that.
Soon after, Crawford elaborates on his approach, insisting style alone will be enough to beat Canelo. Crawford insists he only needs to fight his fight to beat Canelo, but that's the issue. His fight depends on full mobility, timing, and combinations, all powered by the shoulders. With injury clouding that foundation, strategy becomes theory, not guaranteed execution.
I have to fight that way to beat Canelo, or you're like, nah, I could beat him in the mid-distance.
Just fight my fight, you know what I mean? A lot of people, they have their opinions. They have, what's going to happen. in the fight, you know, but they don't know what they talking about. They just gotta watch the fight, you know, and then after the fight, then they make they comments, because a lot of people is just premeditated and just, you know, talking.
Canelo's response, calm yet sharp, shows the difference between the two mindsets. Crawford's bravado feels forced, especially with his injury overshadowing preparation. Meanwhile, Canelo thrives on composure, reading every word as a sign of mental cracks. Shoulders heal slowly, but pressure on fight night won't wait. This exchange underlines the fight's balance. One man talks his way through pain, the other listens and waits for weakness to reveal itself. If Crawford enters damaged, Canelo's counterpunches won't just expose his injury, they'll magnify it under the spotlight.
Now you're gonna be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey is in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
Soon after, Crawford tries to mock Canelo over ring size, but it sounds more like nervous deflection. Crawford jokes about running upside Canelo's head, but analyst eyes see more humor often masks discomfort. The ring debate only matters if both men are at peak condition, but Crawford's shoulder changes everything. Smaller ring means closer exchanges, constant pressure, and nowhere to hide an injury. Against a seasoned pressure fighter like Canelo, this banter feels like a smokescreen, covering nerves with comedy. The more he laughs, the more it sounds like a man trying to convince himself he's ready, when in reality, his body might already be betraying him.
Turkey, you need to put a small ring, the smaller ring in the...
The only... Hey, Matt. Yeah. The only running that I'm gonna be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Facts. And he got a big head too.
Crawford tries to separate himself from Canelo, stressing individuality, but that's where the irony lies. Canelo doesn't need to be Crawford. He's already proven against bigger names, under brighter lights. Crawford's resume, though strong, lacks the kind of elite power punchers Canelo has faced repeatedly. And with the shoulder injury lingering, this claim feels hollow, as if he's defining differences to hide disadvantages. At this level, it's not about who is who, it's about who adapts under fire. Canelo has shown that repeatedly. Crawford, his toughest test is still to come, and it might arrive with him half fit.
He's not me.
Yeah.
You know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities, and you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, you know, and I'm not him. So.
Next, Crawford reflects on comfort zones before big fights, trying to sound grounded. Comfort zones can be deceptive. Crawford feels at home in familiar surroundings, but boxing isn't fought in comfort, it's fought under fire. His shoulder injury removes that safety blanket, leaving him vulnerable against Canelo's relentless pressure. Feeling at home may keep him calm, but it doesn't rebuild damaged muscle or restore lost power. Analysts often warn that fighters leaning on nostalgia before fights are subtly reassuring themselves. Against Canelo, sentiment won't matter, only strength, health, and execution. And right now, Crawford's comfort can't cover up the harsh reality. His body may betray him when he needs it most.
Does it ever get old coming back to this place before a big fight?
Never get old. Never. This is home. You know, this is, you know, my stomping grounds. This is my comfort. You know, so never get old.
This breakdown cuts deep. Crawford's defense has holes. Unlike Mayweather, who thrived untouched against elite opposition, Crawford has been hit by lesser opponents. Now imagine that same vulnerability against Canelo, a proven power puncher with elite timing. Add the shoulder injury into the mix and the task becomes monumental. Fans may hype Crawford's adaptability, but analysts know adaptability means little when compromised physically. Mayweather built a career on defense-first excellence. Crawford leans on grit and countered. Against Canelo, grit alone won't be enough. The reality is simple. Crawford is hittable, Canelo is accurate, and the injured shoulder tilts the scale brutally.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all...
Crawford's strength coach warns, From here, talk shifts again to Crawford's camp, with his strength coach issuing a direct warning to Canelo that Bud's power is still real, but the timing couldn't be more ironic. Unbelievable. Crawford gets shoulder injury just days before facing Canelo, and yet we're told to believe his knockout ability remains untouched. Power in boxing isn't just raw strength, it's the perfect marriage of mechanics, rotation, and balance, all of which begin in the shoulders, with damage already confirmed. How much real power can Crawford actually deliver when tested by Canelo's granite chin? Canelo has absorbed bombs from Golovkin, Kovalev, and bigger punchers, walking through fire without folding. Crawford, by contrast, hasn't carried his power against opponents of that caliber. Even when fully fit, if his camp is relying on power as the equalizer, they might be leaning on a weapon already dulled by injury. The harsh truth is simple. Talk can warn, but punches must land. And with a compromised shoulder, landing clean on Canelo could be mission impossible.
I'm in the mountains. This dude's about to beat the brakes off Canelo and be the greatest boxer of all time, and I get to play a part in it. All is well. Truly well. We good. I'm good. I'm real good.
Unbelievable. Crawford gets shoulder injury just days before facing Canelo, and this changes everything about the fight stakes. If Crawford steps into the ring less than 100%, his legacy risks crumbling, because excuses never erase defeats at this level. For Canelo, this is the perfect term. He's fit, focused, and ready to punish any weakness Crawford shows. Should Crawford somehow pull off the upset despite injury, it would be hailed as one of the most heroic wins in modern boxing, redefining his legacy overnight. But the more realistic picture is Canelo exploiting the damaged shoulder, breaking down a compromised opponent, and reminding the world why he's boxing's biggest star. This fight isn't just about belts, it's about pride, resilience, and survival under fire. One fighter enters with questions, the other with answers. Who are you backing in this drama? Crawford's wounded gamble or Canelo's ruthless takeover? Drop your thoughts in the comments and join the debate.